What's up, guys? Welcome back to the That's Sowdev podcast. My name is Dev. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. If you're returning, thank you so much. We have tea to get into today. Now, before we get into this tea, make sure you go ahead and follow me at That's Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, and literally everywhere else, especially YouTube. Go on ahead and subscribe. It's kind of popping over there. Now, for the tea. Bitch, I'm tired, okay? No. I'm tired. We are living in reboot hell. We really are. There is this need to constantly recreate content that has happened before. And, a big thing for me is that a lot of the things that have been rebooted have already been rebooted before they've been rebooted. So I'm tired, okay? Fresh content, better writers, and let's just see what we can do, because it just seems like everybody wants to come up with this recipe or go off this trend to try to, find something that's going to pop off. Netflix is giving out TV shows, with 1-2 seasons, and nobody can get invested into anything because nothing is long enough for anyone to be invested in. You've got TV shows on TV. I mean, Grey's Anatomy is in the 20th season, but you can't seem to get a streaming service TV series to go beyond 2-3 seasons. What is this, Disney Channel? Because they was at least giving their shows 4 seasons. Anyway. Now, y'all, there is a reboot, if you can't tell by this title. There is a Harry Potter TV series coming. Now. For what? I have no fucking clue. What I would have liked to see before I go ahead and drag this entire thing to filth, I would have liked to see a 2-part movie of The Cursed Child, a cohesive movie that made sense as a continuation of the story. And I feel like, it could have given a light to new cast members, that are essentially new characters in the Cursed Child books, as opposed to recasting everybody that has already been cast in an iconic movie that people literally think is timeless and still streamed today as if it came out yesterday. But anyway, y'all, if you can't tell, I'm so annoyed. But I would have loved to see, the original members come back for that Cursed Child 2-part movie. And I feel like that could have been like a nice reboot refresher. And they honestly could have probably played with it even after that, beyond the original characters, to where that could have been a nice, truly something a good, here you guys go. This is really, really a farewell this time. You know what I mean? And it could have been a nice touch on things for, people who are older, who have, been Harry Potter fans since literally day one and throughout the entire journey that it has been out. So it's just really annoying to me to see that there is a TV series coming that is essentially going to recast everything. I mean, everything's just going to be redone, essentially. It's saying a faithful adaptation. Well, how faithful are we talking? Because we got some plot points that we really got to highlight if we're going to be really faithful, because, Hermione, slavery, I know we didn't forget about that because that's definitely in the book, with Miss Ma'am wanting to do away with it, and you know what I mean? Like, it tackles some actual serious shit. So I really want to know what they mean by faithful, because there are plenty of faithful movies, although they do have to leave out, a lot of details. And I was just thinking to myself yesterday, I was like, I do kind of wish that Harry Potter was a TV series, so that way all the details could actually come out, because we know the details from the book that's left out in the movies. But, I see a lot of people who react to the movies who just don't understand why some things have happened the way they have happened, but the details in the book explain all of that. So for that reason, I did wish that it was a series, so that way it could just have more time to expand on everything the book talks about. But, it's the idea of recasting, like, do you really think you're going to find another Harry Potter, another Ron, another Hermione? No way. There's no way. You know, it's not something like High School Musical, the series, where it's like, you know, High School Musical in that world, High School Musical is literally a movie. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. It's genuinely, in a way, redoing it. You can say, oh, it's not going to erase it. The movies are still there. It's like, really, that's not the point. You know, I really think that it is going to ruin it because, for one, do you really think that having J.K. Rowling on it, for one, why the hell is that a thing? But do you really think that having J.K. on the project as an executive producer to keep it as, you know, authentic to the story as possible is going to do much when she really couldn't do much for Fantastic Beast? Because what the hell happened there? So if y'all couldn't handle a Fantastic Beasts series over there, I don't know if I can really trust y'all for a 10-year adaptation of a Harry Potter TV series. I just don't know if I can take you serious. Like, I think it's half past time to be serious. And if we're being serious, I don't think that's possible. I just don't. I don't like the idea of it being played with. I've seen a lot of people who have been open to it, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are open to it, but I'm just saying I'm absolutely not. And I know a major amount of people who are not. I think people would have been way more excited for that Cursed Child 2-part movie than anything. Because in no way does anybody want to see a Snape character recast. You can't do that. Voldemort? Dumbledore? You can't recast these people. You just can't. You can't touch that. And I was talking to a friend and I was like, you know, she also said the same thing. She was like, there are a lot of things they could have done with this. And I was like, they are, you know, even if you wanted to approach the story of Harry Potter from a different angle, maybe even, you know, like, okay, maybe focus on Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff the way that you focus more so on Gryffindor and, you know, Slytherin. So that way, I don't know, maybe you don't rewrite history or something like that, because there are a lot of things that they, you know, try to intertwine with the Harry Potter universe with Fantastic Beasts, where a lot of things it did not fuck up. It didn't. It was like, wait, you're kind of ruining this now. So, like, are you going to go back and ruin this some more? Like, I don't know. It's really interesting to see. It's really interesting to see this whole reboot hell that we're in. I mean, that is what we're in. It's not even a case of, you know, we're going to take these brands and create something new out of them. It's essentially, we're going to use the same recipe, but make it worse. And no one's really going to go for that. Look at the Gossip Girl reboot. To be quite honest with you, it was not good at all, but it was entertaining. And I will give you that. I did tune in. I was tuning in every night until the last couple episodes of season 2. I knew that show was getting canceled by the 3rd episode, because after the 2nd episode of the season, I was no longer watching at midnight. So I don't know. You know, and people who will be going into these roles will be signed on for the entire series. And that's also the thing too. So they're going to have to find some young actress and actors as well. They're essentially going to have to move the same way that they moved for the movies, because if they don't, I just don't think that it will even be in, like, I don't even know how to say, like, I want to say it won't even be in the same realm of good, but like, generally, I just don't think it won't. I can't even imagine this thing even being somewhat good. Like, I don't know how. Look, I've already seen how people are reacting on social media. Nobody wants that shit. Who asked for it? No one asked for it. So, I don't know. Apparently, the new streaming service, Max, they have a lot that they have to figure out. Because I don't know how on earth they decided to come up with the name Max, even though I've seen how they came up with the name Max and what they decided on before they decided on Max. And I just think they're all dumb. I don't like combining HBO and Discovery Plus to make a new stream service. Like, you've got to be the most, like, that one brain cell that you have left is really leading you astray. Because what do you mean Discovery and HBO Max have a streaming service together? In what is it? With ads, $9.99? You want me to pay $10 for ads? Oh, kiss my ass. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, but no. It's getting ridiculous at this point. You know, the whole point of streaming services and blah, 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 blah was the convenience. And was that it wasn't as expensive. It was inexpensive. That's why we had Ubers and Lyfts and whatnot. You know, that's why we had, Grubhub and all of this stuff. And now these things are costing just as much as the originators. So, you almost ran them out of business, but seeming like they keep it steady now. Started introducing live TVs and these bitches lost their mind. No, seriously. Once the live TV came, that's when those prices went YouTube TV said $72.99, y'all. I said, oh, good luck. Bye. No. There was a time when live TV was $40. 35 even. 70? That's wild. But, all these streaming services are bringing about these reboots. And I think that it's just like, there's nothing fresh. There's nothing new. Like, what's new? Like, what's original? HBO Max original, bitch, it's not original. This is something that's already been out. What do you mean? I know what they mean by original, but like, come on now. I think that iCarly is a great example of a reboot. Done well. Oh, they did a fantastic job with that show. And I think other people need to be taking notes. Raven's Home on Disney Channel? Ooh, great job. What a fantastic job. They know how to do reboots. They're not the same show whatsoever. And I just don't feel like there can be a Harry Potter TV series that is going to essentially redo everything that we already know. I don't think people will want to see that. And what happens if it ends up becoming a Fantastic Beasts situation? Are they actually going to see this thing through, even if it doesn't see the numbers that they want it to get in the first season? Well, what happens if the first season tanks because no one wants to see it? Then what? Will you still be loyal to your faithful adaptation? Will you allow a TV show to grow in numbers maybe over time? Are you looking for something to invest in? Or are you just looking for the next cash grab? Interesting to me. So, we'll see how this series comes out. It could be decent. Who knows? That's a lot of pressure to cast a Snape, a Voldemort, a Dumbledore, a Harry, Hermione, and everybody. Big shoes, massive shoes to fill. That doesn't even begin to explain it in any capacity. So, good luck to them. We wish them well, because I could not imagine walking on this earth not being Daniel Radcliffe and saying that I'm Harry Potter. No, like, I can't. So we'll see where they take this series as we get more information. I'm sure at some point, once we get a good new batch of it, I will create some other podcast or some other form of media to discuss the ways that they are going to continue to ruin the brand of Harry Potter. But anyway, I think they have a grand opportunity in front of them. I think the original actors are almost to the age that they need, like I said, to be, in the Cursed Child movie. And I think they have a great opportunity. Like, who knows? You're going to have Harry Potter's son and a bunch of other people, Draco's son even, to really elaborate on and maybe create a series from that if you want to. But do not sit up here and recast Harry Potter. Like, that's just like the worst thing that you can do. So, we'll see. And if they actually do it, we'll see how faithful that they will be to the books, because there are a lot of things in the books that, we gotta be serious. There are a lot of things in the book that are not, cute. A lot of it is very ugly. It's very nasty. And who knows what they're going to filter out? Who knows if they're going to, be the same as the books or the movies rather as well, where you grow with the characters and, it gets more adult, it gets more dark. Like, who knows? Like, there's just so many things that they have to do with this series, and I just don't want them to screw anything like they can't afford to. They already screwed it up by announcing it, so it's all downhill from here. Good luck to them. But that's all I have to say. I'm gonna hop off here. I don't have anything else to say, because what else is there to say at this point? I think we all know that this is not a very good idea. This is not a very good idea at all, but they're going to do it anyway, and I do believe it is a cash grab. Well, you can't even commit to all 5 Fantastic Beasts movies, and you can't even keep those on track and keep a cohesive story with that. So I've already said this, like I said earlier, I cannot expect you to execute a Harry Potter series in the right way, because you already have to execute what we've seen, but you also have to execute the unseen details as well. So it's a lot, but thank y'all for listening. Y'all know I just be rambling, but this is also the tea. I'm not the only one feeling this way. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to have a little prompt as usual, and just tell me how you guys is feeling, because to be honest, I already know a lot of you guys are going to be weary about it. I think some people will be excited, but I think some people who are excited may not be some diehard fans who pay attention to detail in regards to Harry Potter and whatnot. So we'll see. All right, guys. Now I'm hopping off here. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on all social medias. Make sure you go ahead and get you some water, eat some good food, take care of yourself, and I'll be back per usual. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.